Chad, thank you. Meantime, let's bring in a member of the House Budget Committee, Texas GOP Representative Brandon Gill. Congressman, thank you for coming on. You see the numbers. We all see the numbers. That 4 has to change to 3, and it's got to do it at some point tonight, we assume. What do you think is going on behind the scenes to get somebody on board with the president's agenda?
Well, thanks for having me on. You know, this is just how the sausage is made. Remember, this is a massive piece of legislation. So many of the president's key priorities are in this bill that we're voting on. So there are lots of different moving parts to it, and we have a diverse conference. So we've got a lot of different people who have some questions about it, or who have some things, questions that they'd like to get addressed. So that's all we're working through. But at the end of the day, we're going to get this bill done. Every single Republican knows that this is the president's agenda. This is a good bill. This has so many wins that we can all go back to our districts and tell our constituents about that. We got no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, that we provided funding for the border, that we lowered taxes. These are huge wins for the American people. We're going to get it done.
Yeah, you keep saying we're going to get it done. We had Chad Pergram saying there is a lot of confidence in the House. They're going to get it done. The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, walked out with the impression saying we're going to get this thing done. The question is, how long does it take to get it done? Is this something that a lot of the House members would like to see pushed to next week beyond the July 4 holiday? And do you think President Trump right now is on the phone with those 4 members, or at least 1 or 2 of those 4 members, trying to provide some influence?
Perhaps. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the president weighs in here. This, as we said, is his agenda here. But listen, we've talked about a July 4th deadline. The president has set that. The speaker has talked about it. We're going to get it done by the July 4th deadline. I'm happy to stay here as long as it takes to get this bill across the finish line.
Yeah, it's interesting because you look at the screen there, Congressman, and the Democrats are all on board, on the same page. They got 216. They got all of their members to vote no on this thing. Well, 9 left, but they're going to have all their members to vote no on this thing. I want to play some soundbite because this is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Representative Cortez. Here's what she said, and then I'll tell you what the president said in return. Watch.
Losing all your health care, not able to feed your babies, not being able to put a diaper on their bottom in exchange for what? This bill is a deal with the devil.
So the fear-mongering goes on there. President Trump, he responded saying, following here, quoting, put this up on the screen, Republicans don't let the radical left down.